Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Sunday night edition of the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call, where you make the call, and all you have to do is call 412-575-2600. That's the number of the Bordas and Bordas hotline. And boy, was it a nice day in Pittsburgh sports today. We saw two shutouts. The biggest one, of course, the Penguins took care of business. And I'm talking about took care of business. Sent a little message out today by blanking the Ottawa Senators 7-0. It was a chilly goal back in the day. And before that, the Pirates blanked the Phillies over at PNC Park 1-0. Good combined effort there by Chad Kuhl and four relievers. The only run-driven, David Freese, hit by a pitch in the sixth inning with the bases loaded. As for the Penguins, man, this was a statement game, as I said, and I don't think there's any quote that matters most than this one. Guy Boucher, Ottawa head coach after the game, quote, "There's no way we can rival the best team in the league and the Stanley Cup champions. It's about putting our strengths on the ice, and they weren't there today." So that's the opposing coach, and he knows it. They're not as good, and the Penguins yet, despite some more injuries, you have Schultz still out, Letang's been out, Hornquist out. You saw the importance of Brian Russ when he came in the lineup today. He did a lot of good stuff. He was on the score sheet. But I thought one of the things he did early in the game was showed you the speed, the hustle that came with sprinting to the end of the ice and avoiding an offside call. He just burst down and had more 1-2 in his game. It would have been an icing situation on Ottawa instead, or on the Penguins, I mean. Instead, he went down and erased it basically by out-hustling the Senator back to the play. So that, to me, shows you what they, when they get physical a little bit in their game, when they play with, as Mike Sullivan likes to say, on your toes, it's a big difference. And I think we saw that in the last game, or after the Penguins lost 5-1. And keep this in mind, though, when you're looking at the next game, because even though they won 7-0 tonight, doesn't mean you're going to win the next game. What it does mean is that you have the upper hand, and chances are you should win this series. And I think the Penguins will win it in Game 6. But the Penguins won the Ottawa Senators won Game 3 5-1, and the Penguins bounced right back and won the next game. And they did it by putting some physicality into each of their forward lines, and I think that served. Carter Rowney was outstanding today. What a line. Bonino was outstanding as well, and Rowney had 3 assists today. He only had 4, as Bob Grove tweeted, his entire career, and he had 3 assists in 22 minutes today. That's the kind of day it was. The power play and special teams, clear check marks for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The power play was 3 for 3, and it was spectacular in 3 for 3. Fundamentally sound. It contained entertainment value, tic-tac-toe, whatever you want. They served it up today. Sidney Crosby, for the first time in his career, has goals in 3 consecutive games on the power play. And in the postseason, he was just so good, and he's so gifted around. I think, we always talk about how great Crosby is, and everybody knows it, but he's one of the few superstars that doesn't mind grinding. And, boy, he can grind with the best of them. There's no doubt. He's one of the best people down low, behind the net, in front of the net, for being a superstar that the league maybe has ever seen. And the Penguins ride that. Evgeny Malkin more points. Phil Kessel got a layup. Everything went well. Matt Murray gets a shutout, although it was kind of an uneventful shutout. To me, the best couple of saves happened late in the game. There was one sequence in the second period. Pajot came down, ripped a shot. He quickly got over and cut down a rebound on Derek Brassard. But clearly, by putting him into the last game, I think Mike Sullivan knew that for whatever reason, they tend to play a little bit more responsibly when he's in there. And if that was his rationale, it certainly worked. Not to mention that he believes that, flat out, Matt Murray is his choice over Marc-Andre Fleury. Bottom line, it was just a wonderful day for hockey, a great day for hockey as the Penguins win that game 7-0. Coming up at 11 o'clock, Rich Walsh was in the locker room before he heads back to Ottawa tomorrow, and we'll tell you what happened there and give you some of the flavor of the postseason. The Penguins are very businesslike. They know what's at stake here. But the good thing for them, if they should win on Tuesday, if they can, and keep in mind if they don't, there's a Game 7 Thursday, but if they win on Tuesday, they would have essentially a week off, just a little short of a week off heading to the Stanley Cup Finals, which begin on Memorial Day. And that would really help them quite a bit, I think, in the case of Justin Schultz and Patrick Hornquist both. So, so far, that was as good as you could plan it today for the Pittsburgh Penguins, winning 7-0. We're here to take your calls about that. It's 412-575-2600. As I said, the Pirates got a win today. They've won now back-to-back series in a row, taking 2 out of 3 from Washington and today Philadelphia. They head on the road for 4 games with Atlanta down in their new stadium down there. We'll see how that goes. But they have a schedule that you would think they should be able to make up some ground, even with guys like Gang and Marte still out. Polanco's still out. He hasn't played because of injury. The other two are self-inflicted, selfish things. So we'll see how that goes. But good win for the Pirates today against the Phillies, who've really struggled of late. All right, so I'm here to take 412-575-2600. We'll wind them up and go to your calls next right here live on Pittsburgh CW.
The Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by the Allegheny Health Network and by #1 Cochrane. Go one better.